Hey everyone, it's Bill McCafferty here. Today is Friday, April 17th, 2020. Hope you had a great week. Hope things are going well today. Hope you set that week up good. And today's cruise sailing for you and you're finishing things up and you're getting ready for the weekend. So today I just wanted to come on and give my episode number 13, a day in the life of an asset manager / note investor. So like we do every Friday on every episode, we're going to start with the PMR2 asset management portfolio. Total files right now in that portfolio, which is made up of other clients. I manage their assets. It's 108 total files. Like we've been talking about the last few weeks, things are definitely slow with what's going on out there. So not a lot of activity in the asset management portfolio. We had no new borrower contact this week. Didn't send out, and I did not receive any loss mitigation packages. Loan mods sent out or processed, that was 0. Here's a number that keeps showing up the last couple of weeks. We had 1 payoff processed this week. So it's good to see payoffs are still happening. Between people refinancing or people being able to access different streams of income to pay off their mortgages. That particular payoff was from a borrower in Illinois. He was able to access his 401k, and he was able to pay that off. No foreclosure sales since we talked about, everything's been postponed. Everything's on a hold. No new bankruptcy filings, and we had 1 file wiped. That one particular file that's wiped is going to actually be the case study this week. So before we get rolling on the case study, let's jump into my company, my own portfolio, which is PDRS. So right now in PDRS, I'm just kind of staying put, standing still, doing a lot of fine tuning of my own processes and my systems. Really digging deep into things. I utilize a whole Dropbox folder system. Dropbox is a shared folder system. I actually utilize that basically for my whole business, both my asset management clients and also my own portfolio, plus my whole world. Everything that is Bill McCafferty is in Dropbox, broken into multiple folders. Always proud and take a lot of pride in saying that I can access stuff in about 15 seconds. Anything in my world, I can access in 15 minutes. 15 seconds. Keeps me organized. It shows that I know what I'm doing, and this keeps everything clean. So right now, just kind of going through everything, fine-tuning everything, reorganizing things, getting rid of stuff that I don't need, adding things that I've always wanted to add but didn't have the time to do it. And I'm also laying down my blueprint and my plan. I'm always doing that, but I'm really trying to figure out where I'm going in the next 24 months with everything that's out there and where we're going. So that's what's going on in both portfolios. Let's get started on the case study. So today's case study is the one that I just mentioned that we got wiped in. So I always tell you the good. I'm going to share with you the bad. But what I like about this case study is it's going to kind of go through everything. It's a good education piece, and it gives you a good look into what really goes on in this business. So this case study is from Flint, Michigan. This was a second mortgage that my client purchased in December of 2017. He purchased a loan balance of $26,000, $26K. Last payment on this loan, I think, was like 2010, 2011. This particular borrower was a Chapter 7 bankruptcy borrower. And what that means is that borrower went through Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And when you go through Chapter 7 bankruptcy, your debt gets discharged. So, credit card debt, other debt that's not secured gets wiped. But what does happen is the mortgage liens still exist and are attached to the property. So if somebody wants to stay in the property, or somebody wants to sell the property, or somebody wants to refinance the existing loans on the property, those loans have to be dealt with. So homeowner's not personally responsible, but the mortgage is still in check. The lien exists and needs to be dealt with. Numbers on that. So we purchased a $26K second mortgage. Fair market value on the property was around $125K. First mortgage balance was $100K. So a little bit of equity, but not a lot. This was an unknown status of the first mortgage. So like we talk about, majority of the time, these first mortgages, we want current. Sometimes when we buy them, we can't figure out 100% sure if it's current because of it not reporting on the credit report and other circumstances. And in this particular case, because of it being a bankruptcy, we weren't real sure if it was current or not. We didn't see any active foreclosure activity from the first mortgage. So my client, did his homework, got a good deal, and took down the second, even though we weren't 100% sure of the first mortgage balance. The first mortgage currency, if it was current. We knew the balance was around 100. So we started the legal foreclosure process right after we set this up. We got it boarded and situated. We started the foreclosure process in February of 2018. Michigan's a very quick, fast state. We were able to get a sale date set on the property in May of 2018. Borrower never came out, never responded. So we went through right before we were going through the foreclosure sale, a week before the foreclosure sale, the borrower filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy. So we had to put a hold on our sale. Chapter 13 bankruptcy is reorganization of the debt. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be liable for the debt anymore. You're looking to reorganize it, get things situated. So this particular borrower filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy. 3 months later, he was dismissed, meaning he did not do what he was supposed to do within the bankruptcy plan. For whatever reason, I think he just didn't file the correct documentations. So that Chapter 13 was dismissed. We reset the sale. We had a sale date set in August of 2018. We went through that sale. In Michigan, there's a 6-month redemption period, meaning homeowner can stay in the property for 6 months and has the right to redeem the property, meaning pay us off, reinstate his loan, do whatever he needs to do, but he has a 6-month redemption period. So what actually happened, the following month in September of 2018, the borrower filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy again. I really don't know if the homeowner knew that we went through the foreclosure sale or not. But he did file bankruptcy again. And after talking to our attorney, our sale still stood. The sale was valid, but we still had to deal with the Chapter 13 because we're inside the redemption period. The homeowner's still in the property and still has rights under the bankruptcy filing. So our attorney ended up talking to his attorney, going back and forth for a while. Really could never resolve it. So what ended up happening is our redemption period actually ended in February of 2019. Bankruptcy was still active. So at that point, we still really couldn't move forward with eviction. So what we decided to do was see if we could still try to get something done with the borrower. I reached out to the borrower, had no luck. Not really reached out to the borrower, but reached out to his attorney who told me I could reach out to the borrower because in bankruptcy, you always got to have permission from the attorneys or go through the attorneys. So my attorney and his attorney told me I could reach out to the homeowner. Really never got anything done. So in July of 2019, so this is 5 months after our redemption period expired, borrower was dismissed from his Chapter 13 again. So this is twice in a year period that he filed Chapter 13 and then was dismissed. Pretty clear he filed Chapter 13 to just kind of delay everything that we were doing and moving forward with. Right around all this time, we realized the first mortgage company wasn't being paid on, and they also had a foreclosure sale set in October of 2019. So my client and I decided in August and September of 2019, since the first had a sale set and it was coming up, homeowner wasn't being cooperative, It wasn't really a big equity deal. We didn't have a lot of money in the deal. We were just going to be smart and kind of sit back and see what actually happens. Sometimes you need to do this, and sometimes things get worked out. Maybe the homeowner would sell the property, and maybe we would get a little bit of money. Maybe he would get things situated with the first, and then we would need to be dealt with. So really none of that happened. First Mortgage Company went through the foreclosure sale in October of 2019. So now what happens is the first mortgage is now the deeded owner, and we're now in the first mortgage redemption period. So conversation with my client, maybe we could try to sell this. So reached out to a broker in Michigan that does a lot of good stuff and cool stuff and understands the redemption period. He knew the numbers weren't great. He didn't have luck trying to reach out to the homeowner. We're all of a sudden now coming up on the redemption period, expiring for the first mortgage, which was just recently. It was just last week, April 10th of this year. We just couldn't get anything done. And even my client was like, maybe I'll pay out the first and just take over the property. And my thought in this business is, let's let this deal just go. It's going to be a loss. You can write it off. I'd rather not you throw good money at bad. I'd rather see you keep your $100,000 plus and do something else. Buy more notes, either non-performing seconds, reperforming seconds. Just do something else with your capital. I'm a big fan, and from all my experience in education, I've learned, sometimes you just got to call it a day on these. They don't work out. You need to be smart as an investor and keep your capital and not throw good money at bad. So that's the case study. What ended up going down is, we got wiped. My client is going to be able to write this off as a loss. When we write these off as losses, we're able to write off our cost basis. So what the actual cost basis is my client's purchase price, the amount of money he spent in legal fees, the fee that he hired me to manage the asset, and we utilize loan servicer. So when this was being serviced with a loan servicer, he also had some expenses. So all his expenses on this file is considered his cost basis, and he can write that off. So that's the case study. Not a great ending. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. But what I liked about that case study is it showed you the bad, but it also showed you what goes on. There's a lot of things that happen. It's about positioning yourself and dealing with all the hurdles and all the obstacles as they arise. So that's it. Finish off the day strong. Enjoy your weekend. Stay grounded and have a good one.